Hi there, I am Scott Lowe with Asheville Tech Media, and we are here live at ZertoCON 2019, where I'm joined by Carolyn Seymour and Rob Strechay. Thank you folks for being here.
Thanks
for the end of the first day of ZertoCON 2019.
It's been an exciting day, I have to say.
It has, a lot of cool announcements. I love listening to Zeev on stage this morning.
Yes, exactly.
There's some really interesting things happening at Zerto.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Probably one of the most interesting things for you guys this year has been Zerto 7, I would imagine.
Exactly.
So, Carolyn, can you tell us a little bit about Zerto 7 and what it included? You jam-packed a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we certainly did, but what's really key is the innovation that we've brought to the backup market, in the sense that we've now converged disaster recovery and backup in one platform. And then when you actually couple the cloud mobility capabilities that we have of the platform with the built-in orchestration, automation, and the analytics, we've got something really unique to offer to our customers, that you don't need to have multiple tools to manage, whether it's your backup, your disaster recovery, your mobility around cloud and moving to cloud. It can all be done in one platform. That's really the significance, I think, of Zerto 7 and what it's doing for our customers and the announcement.
Rob, what are your thoughts on the key features that you guys jammed into Zerto 7?
Yeah, I think the long-term retention obviously had changed the ground for our customers and changed how they can take a more aggressive approach in an IT resilience platform, and really truly paid out what we promised a year ago at ZertoCON. I think that also it really proved that, hey, we do stick to our promises for our customers. At the same time, we brought out some really great technology around cloud and around Azure, and being able to use native scale sets in Azure, which to me was one of the key features that we brought out. It brought out over 300% improvement for our customers, being able to go from a recovery time objective into Azure. And that really is a game changer, bringing very similar what they've expected out of a VMware to VMware type environment, but to a public cloud.
Carolyn, when you think about the game-changing aspects of Zerto 7, what makes it so game-changing for DR and backup? I mean, you mentioned that it converges multiple applications, but what does that really mean for the customer?
I mean, that's one piece of it, actually having it sort of converged. But I think the uniqueness of the convergence and the DR and the backup that we're bringing to the market is the fact that we're bringing our continuous data protection, our replication and our journaling technology, as well as what Rob mentioned with regards to the enhancements and the additions to the LTR repositories. And we've introduced a new concept, for example, the Elastic Journal, that really combines and merges the existing journaling technology that we have with long-term retention repositories. And I think as I look at the uniqueness, think about backup in the sense that in reality, backup's been around forever and a day, but it hasn't really changed fundamentally.
No.
It's evolved, but it hasn't changed. And so when I think about the game-changing aspect of this is the first time that a company, Zerto, is bringing the CDP, which is really changing the game. That to me is the game changer. And when you look at what companies need to do and the speed at which business operates today, it's the only way to be able to deliver that continuous IT and business operations.
It has some really interesting positive impacts on RTO, RPO, both short-term and even, you don't really need to worry about those for a long-term archive, but technically you could if you really wanted to.
Yeah, but even more so, even just put it in even simpler, everybody's been talking about, zero backup windows forever.
Right.
And now truly we can do zero backup windows. There's no snapshot stun, there's no agents, there's no media servers, there's no moving it offsite. It is offsite already. You're having it happen at the target area, the target data center, so then you can go off to another appliance, to secondary storage, cheap storage, whatever you want to use as your long-term secondary storage. And I think it really changed the market in the fact that you don't have to worry. You could go to 24 hours ago and take your backup from yesterday today because it's in the journal. You're using that journaling technology and going back to a checkpoint. You can go, if you miss a window because of something or something's delayed and you need to go back, you can go and do that afterwards. because you have it in the journal. I think the combining of the CDP with the saying, okay, this is going to be my point in time that I keep for that year, for that 7 years, to meet my compliance or regulatory needs, it's a game changer when you don't have to worry about any windows anymore.
Very good. So we have to talk a little bit about the future now.
Yeah.
So 7.0 is less than 7.5. And I understand
true.
there's a 7.5 on the way.
Yes.
So what's happening with 7.5? What can customers expect to see?
Well, I think I'm going to let Rob basically speak to that, but as I sort of look at it, we continue to innovate. We now have the platform that we envisioned about the convergence. And so when we look at the innovations that we're going to bring, and Rob will talk more about that too, is around our cloud mobility, around our DR and the backup, around the core platform, and bringing advanced analytics to the game as well. So maybe, Rob,
Yeah, I think it's extending what we do. I think when Carolyn talked about the target repositories, for instance, we'll qualify even before 7.5 gets out on our 7.0 product, Azure Data Box, so that customers that want to have a cloud backup presence can actually utilize a native tool to go and do that. That will handle the networking and the encryption and all of that good stuff, and built into that service. And then you can see us extending those platforms to support other clouds for where people want cheap and deep storage, and we'll extend those repositories that we support. And we're looking at native support and through some deeper integrations with people like HPE, and we're looking at other things to extend the performance of the index and search that we have there. So I think kind of on the LTR front, in the long-term retention, like Zeev said this morning, it's kind of a journey, not a destination, and we're going to continue down that journey. And on the cloud side, we're definitely continuing to improve the performance of our RTO and RPOs in the cloud so that customers can have that like premise types of DR and utilize that both with our cloud service providers. We're improving it by deeper integrations with vCloud Director from VMware, and we'll be announcing some stuff around some integrations with the VIO program as well, like Zeev was talking about this morning.
Right.
As well.
So if we have to think about how this positions Zerto in the market against your competitors, what's the one bold statement you would make on how what's happening right now, each of you, is really positioning you against some of your competitors?
Well, we're going to blow them out of the water.
Hey.
She's even more aggressive than me. I was going to say we're going to eat their lunch, but
wow.
I think when I look at it, there's a lot of legacy backup vendors out there that really aren't built for the next generation. I think there's a lot of, I go as far as saying stale technology that they haven't been forced to innovate, and you have people who've been sitting at 15 to 20% market share for five years now. And you've seen the people who fail to innovate, get kicked to the wayside. And I think there's not only just us, there's other people innovating in this market. I think we have a very unique approach to it with our continuous data protection and journal that allows us to go places that others can't. And I definitely see that this will continue to fragment that market and will continue to gain market share across that as you have the convergence of DR and backup coming together naturally.
And so joking aside from my rather flippant statement there, but I did want to add that in because I do feel that because I'm very proud of what we've delivered. I think not only from a Zerto perspective, the innovations that we bring with the platform, but if I think about what companies really need is IT resilience, because you need to have the ability to be able to adapt to change, to accelerate your transformation efforts, because everybody is going through some level of digitization. And we enable that. It's in our DNA, IT resilience, but it's at the same time that you're able to manage the business from disruptions and also to protect your customers from disruptions too. So it's really that IT resilience which is going to sort of make us stand out and be very different.
Very good. Rob, Caroline, thank you so much for joining me on our chat.
Thanks,
Thank
Scott.
you. This is great.
And thank you to our audience for watching today. Please tune back in tomorrow for more live interviews from ZertoCON. You can see the entire schedule at www.actualtechmedia.com. We will have some impromptu discussions as well, so that maybe some things on the schedule, or they're not on the schedule, that we will do here live as well. So please keep watch and tune in as you can. Thank you very much.